Please put your hands together for Barbara Jane Reyes.
Thank you all. Thank you, OACC and IRNA, for having us here. And you may think it's a little ironic having a couple of our male board members hosting our Pinay Lit event, but I think that they are lovers of Filipina Lit and Filipinas, so thank you. Thank you guys. So I wanted to, first of all, thank you all for coming today, and I wanted to start out with some poems from all over the place here. We're going to start with Diwata. And who's familiar with the term Diwata? Maybe a few of you. Basically, Diwata is another word for a spirit that resides in nature. And so you can have the Diwata of the forest, the ocean, etc. But another definition of Diwata, or another translation of Diwata, is muse. Okay. As a poet, I'm really interested in muses. I've always kind of wondered, you know, who are my muses? Who do I call upon for inspiration? If in classical poetry, it's always the male artist calling upon this female deity for inspiration, then, you know, who are the beings that bring me inspiration? And so this is a poem called Tokaya for and about St. Barbara, the martyr. Okay. Patron saint of lightning bolts, you of sharpened tongue, maiden of thunder and war, guard us against malediction. Beautiful girl, seer, martyr, poeta, rebel, tattooed daughter, Our Lady of gunpowder, Our Lady of bullets, Our Lady of men deep in the earth, sweet anise star, bull pomegranate, saint of machete, two-spirit bull. And it's the first day of National Poetry Month, actually. So give it up for poetry. Yay. This month, as for the years previously, I'll be blogging about Pinay poetry at the Poetry Foundation blog. So if there's ever Filipina writing being featured at the Poetry Foundation, it's because I'm writing about it and nobody else is. A genesis of we cleaved. In the beginning, a man of dust and fire became bone and viscera and flesh. The deity of the wind blessed his lips, and he came to take his first breath. Within this strange vessel, I opened my eyes, and within this, your darkness, I learned to weave song. Do you remember me fluttering inside your chest, tickled by the cool air newly filling your lungs? Do you remember exhaling song on this first day? On the second day, the unseen hand from above cleaved you in two, exacting penance for our joy as you awakened from the deepest, most delicious dream. On the second day, my love, I was torn from the haven of your blood, the cradle of your flesh and tendons. A smarting wound strewn across our garden's sweet grasses, I lay raw and aching. On this second day, my hands and feet learned how relentless the cold. On the third day, I found river and plunged the wisp of my body into its current. As I learned to breathe without you, as I mimicked the river's lullaby, you appeared upon its banks, your body so fissured, your eyes the ravaged jewels of an umber earth. There were no words for the sorrow bolting through me then, as I watched your hands touch the scarring place where I began. On this third day, my mirror, we learned lamentation and shadow. On the fourth day, I sang a dirge, the river, my harmony. From afar, you watched me, as the unseen hand from above offered you reparations for your brokenness. More than anything, I thirsted to embrace you in our ocean, for its salt water to heal us both. But, my mirror, the memory of your darkness welled up inside me every time I drew near. On this fourth day, I learned to weep. On this fourth day, the scars hardened over your heart. On the fifth day, I dreamt such fire, the birth of suns and thunder. I dreamt this garden reduced to ash. I dreamt that from loss we began again, a we that knew only of being whole, of sharing heart and breath and salt. A feast of we, luminous as the secret of fruit and seed. a we impervious to cleaving, to fracture. On this 5th day, I opened my eyes and I came to know of hope. On the 6th day, I came to you and told you of this dream. I touched your scars. You whispered a prayer. I gave you my secrets. You gave me your words. I asked for your breath. You gave me your seed. And as our bodies folded into each other, we dreamed the same honeyed light. Upon awakening, you named me for the morning. But on this 6th day, the unseen hand from above wrested you from me, cleaved us in two once again, and weighted the heaviest sorrow upon me. Never once did he show himself. On the 7th day, my love, I surrendered. I wanted to actually also read a couple of poems by some Pinay poet foremothers who I was reading or had just discovered when I was in college, and I thought, Pinay's poets? No way. So this is Virginia Sereno's poem, Hail Mary, from her book, Trespassing Innocence. And it begins with an epigraph. In Manila, squatters throw stones at soldiers armed with American bullets and orders for eviction. 12-year-old Mary Grace Santiago, fallen into a pool of her own blood, rushed into the white tomb of an ambulance, dies in an hour's breath of time. Hail Mary, full of grace, yet too slow to escape, the staccato notes of machine gun fire, the Lord is with thee. The 12 years of your squatter childhood fallen into a red pool of your own blood. Blessed art thou among women, though you will never know beyond your mother's tear-filled kiss the miracle of your body changing with the seasons. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, the life you have sacrificed for this. The rain gutter roof for your family, the smelly alleys lined with open sewers, your playground, your home. Holy Mary, pray for us sinners, the soldiers who fight brothers, sisters, parents, and cousins, who torture and kill the young and old. Pray for us now, Mary Grace, and at this hour as you draw your last shuddering breath, forgive us for trespassing the innocence of your childhood. I just taught that poem in one of my Filipino lit classes, and a couple of my students said, well, that mixed a couple of things together that shouldn't ever be mixed, you know, religion and war. Galleon prayer. She whispers desert trees, thorn-ridged, trickling yellow candles, roots spilling snake's blood. Virgin of ribbon silk, virgin of gold filigree. One day's walk westward, a crucifix of fisherman's dinghy dimensions washes ashore. Virgin adorned in robe of shark embryo and coconut husk. She fingers mollusks, wraps herself in sea vines, virgin of ocean voyage peril. She wills herself born. Virgin of mud brick ruins, virgin of sandstorm echoes. She is saint of common places, saint of badlands. Virgin of jade, camphor, porcelain, virgin of barter for ghosts. Penitents, earth divers of forgotten names, praying skyward. Virgin of scars blossomed from open veins of fire. She slips across the Pacific's rivers of pearl-diving children, virgin of copper coins. She is bloodletting words, painting unlikeness, virgin of anachronism. Children stained with berries and rust, their skeletons bend, arrow-tipped, smoke blurs eyes' edges. Virgin of mineral depletion, virgin of mercury. At other altitudes, she remembers to breathe a monument scraping cloud. Virgin of tin deposits extracted from mountains. These are not divinations. There is gold leaf about her skin. Virgin of naming and renaming places in between. Okay. I'm going to read one more poem by another Pinay poet, foremother. I hate to say foremother because it sounds like they're ancient. Surely Ancheta is not too much older than we all are. So this is a poem called Tarot from the anthology Premonitions, the Kaya anthology of Asian North American poetry. So Shirley Ancheta. We stand at the sink, silent as cliffs, one watching, one cutting tarot, dark women imagining a place across the water. The first plant is born from a man and a woman. He is digging the root with a stone axe and leaving it for the night. He is cutting the stalk and waving goodbye. I think of that woman who enters me from across the long dreams, on which the nights bring her like a blue star pulsing, like that unraveling cord. Between us, Mother, light upon light, each word of mine is a light you cannot see, untouched and undone. When we try to speak, you warn of the tarot, how we cannot touch it and must wear gloves to avoid the itch, how we mustn't stir the roots as they cook, to avoid the needle-like ache in the throat. Your hands that understand tarot learn limits whose gestures become far islands. To the daughter who wants to forgive, she who wakes inside my sleep, climbs into my voice, is sighing across the fields, is holding her tongue. And let's see. Do you guys want something snarky or something pretty? There's a couple of choices I have. Snarky, all right, snarky. Okay, so just the other day I taught a poem in my Pinay lit class called Luz Viminda about how Filipinos make such good maids. So you folks are familiar with the name Luz Viminda? Okay, so for those of you who are not, Luz Viminda is an abbreviation of Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, which are the three major island groups of the Philippines. So here we've got the Filipina named for the islands, who is a misnamed maid whose passport has expired elsewhere in the world and is kind of stuck. So anyway, you know, I hated to leave my class on such a kind of sour note, but I figured I'd just kind of build on that for today. And this is why I choose Pilipinas. The answer is simple, dear ally. The Pilipinas are the finest group of islands in the world. Its strategic position unexcelled by that of any other global positioning. They afford means of protecting American interests which, with the very least output of physical power, have the effect of commanding position for hostile action. He who promises to return repeatedly returns. Ankle deep in his reflection pool, his bronze statue smokes a good bronze corncob pipe. His commander-in-chief self-names doctrine, headquarter force containment of communism. The Pilipinas play key logistical roles supporting service fulcrums of American Indochina penetration. Fleets and stations deploy venereal disease. Deflowered local Catholics satiate battalions, all Vietnam-bound. In short, the Pilipinas are custom-tailored to fit your diverse needs. Why choose Pilipinas, the remix? The answer is simple, my friend. Filipinas are noteworthy for their beauty, grace, charm. They are especially noted for their loyalty. Their nature is sun-sweetened, their smiles downcast, coy. Filipinas possess intrinsic beauty men find delightful and irresistible. Filipinas are family-oriented by essence, resourceful, devoted. What's more, English is the true official language of the Filipinas, so communication is uncomplicated. And even though some believe in the old ways, the majority of the Filipinas are Christian, so you are assured they believe in the one true God you do. Foreign, but not too foreign, they assimilate quickly and they do not make a fuss. In short, the Filipinas are custom-tailored to fit your diverse needs. Now, will that be cash or charge? And I didn't make that up. I actually was just kind of cutting and pasting text from FilipinaHeart.com. Okay. And I'm going to end kind of, I don't know, do I continue the snark or do I continue it here? Okay, the assumption. She laid down on the train tracks, brown girl, maybe 17. Sparkly shoelaces, all that was left. Girlfriend wasn't doing no drugs, just gave up is all. The morning paper reported a suicide. Filipina crack whore, nothing to live for.